Welcome back to Stick 'em Up. I'm Mustafa Daka. This is Mike Felumlee. And we're back with our good friend Aaron Krause, who's been helping us out a lot along the way here in this whole process. And so we did a couple of tuning segments before, and we're going to show you now what you could do with an old head and to dampen a snare drum for live or recording purposes, or for just whatever. So I'm going to let you go ahead and take it away. You're going to show us how to do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks. All right. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to cut a ring that's going to sit right on the edge to minimize the ring on the snare. So what I like to do is take a marker, and so the pinstripe here kind of makes it easier because you got that.
Yeah, you could go off
right,
that.
You can kind of go off that. So line it up, and then I'll just give myself a couple marks so it's like right at the edge of the, like right above the bearing edge. And it doesn't have to be exact. Just to kind of give yourself a guide.
So Aaron just mentioned as he's marking this drum head that he wants it to sit just inside the bearing edge. And I have this pearl, it's actually another shell for one of these free floaters, and the bearing edge is actually the part that the drum head touches. And that's really what gives different types of drums their tone. So you can do a sharper bearing edge, or you can do a more rounded edge, and the more rounded ones are kind of more that vintage tone.
Yeah, with the extra like bearing edge reinforcement ring on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have this old Rogers kit, and I noticed like just throughout the years that the bearing edge and the reinforcement had all these dings in it.
Yeah.
And I was like, it sounds old and flat. And one day I just went and I like re-sanded them.
Yeah.
And put new heads on there, and they sounded amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just like sharpened it a little bit, sanded it, smoothed it out, but like kept it still like kind of like a point to it. Yeah, man, it brought those to life. But that bearing edge is crucial.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you want it completely smooth, flat, level.
Don't get the lint in there when you're changing heads. Shake that drum out, guys. Come on, don't be a dummy. Shake it out. You don't want that lint in there. You don't want that stick dust in there. And then also, it's a good time to just check it out. You know what I mean? You don't know if, like, maybe somewhere along the line somebody else dinged up, put some pressure on your drums and, didn't tell you about it. Just check them out. Make sure that they're smooth. If you want to, re-sand them, you're not worried about the finish, do it. But, yeah, check them out.
Yeah. So, back to cutting this thing. So now we got it marked. So what we're going to do is, you could use scissors.
Oh, yeah, you got to put a knife.
I'm going to take a knife here.
Right away. Because you carry one on you, you monster.
So.
What are you afraid of?
Everything.
Yeah. Fair enough. Oh, yeah, so start to rip outside it.
Yeah, so, go outside of it, and that'll give you...
You could kind of like
follow
the...
You probably could just...
Yeah, just follow that. But, hey, watch it.
Do the whole thing.
Before you just cut your leg.
Yeah, don't cut. He's cutting towards himself, not advisable.
Yeah.
You probably don't want to do this. Do it this way. But...
Our sponsors won't cover any type of liabilities. I'm just kidding. We don't have any sponsors. Wait, now is that two?
This is a 2-ply.
Are they separated? Or are they?
They are separated.
All right, so now you could go half. That's cool. That's like two for the price of one.
Yeah, thank you. All right. So this one has our markings on it. So I'll go with. Actually, we'll just line it back up, and we'll cut. Along the edge.
Look at him. Flawless.
This would be challenging for me because I'm a lefty, so I never learned to cut well.
Do you have lefty scissors?
There are lefty scissors, and
you just don't know how to use them?
I don't own any lefty scissors.
What?
I had them in school, but now I just don't cut anything because I'm terrible at cutting
I
things.
choose not to cut.
Uh-huh.
All right.
So let's do a test fit. That seems pretty good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So you could leave it like that, and it'll give you like a super.
Hold on. Go without it first.
Yep.
There.
Yeah.
All right, let's bring a mic in here so you can get the total feel.
So without it.
Give it a go. Rim to. There you go. Okay, now with it. This is now one of the 2 plies that were cut from that head.
Total difference.
Total. It's like putting a wallet on your snare.
Yep.
Now, if you want to just go even deeper with that,
You could go deeper.
now is that that bottom head on that? Is that the full thickness or is that like a medium thing?
I think these are exactly the same.
They are?
And
Okay,
just
so it
double
is-
it up. Yeah.
All right, yeah. So let's hear what it sounds like with both of them.
And I've never done it this way.
That's like military.
Yeah, totally.
So if you had that top head tuned lower, this is tuned up pretty high. If you had that tuned lower, that would give you that like 1970s kind of like.
That would give you that 1770s.
And
And there's a product on the market that does exactly what we just showed there. Called,
Remos?
the big fat snare drum.
Yeah, big fat snare drum.
Oh, is that what it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know about this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I might have one over here.
The other one is
What are you doing?
O-ring.
What are you doing? Oh, you're doing the O-ring.
Right. So
Okay.
fold it in half like this.
Yes.
Cut yourself.
Yep. Oh, that's it right there. Okay, so that's like, yeah, the O-ring. There we go. See, that sounds awesome. I think that sounds great.
Yeah, that's a really nice.
It's like not too dead, but I do like a Beatles like towel on snare drum sound when it's needed. But I think this sounds great. This would be like a good for like just like a straight session, not just like a specific song.
Yeah, that's especially like if you're rim shotting that with this on, it's still gonna have a little bit of ring.
Oh, you know
But
what?
you're not gonna be playing the full note like the snare's playing.
Here, put that on here. Let's see what that let's see what that sounds like, and then we should try this with the full other head, with this guy. All right, yeah. Let's put
So
that
we're
on.
showing kind of a DIY approach to what to do with old heads to deaden your snare, which is cool because I know a lot of drummers, as musicians, we don't make a lot of money, or any money, depending on the bands we play in. Sometimes we just lose hundreds or thousands of dollars. So it's nice to be able to repurpose your old heads and replace the product you can buy. But if you want to buy something, if you're lazy, I'm lazy sometimes about this kind of stuff. Like, I just want to play the drums. I don't want to cut shit up.
Yeah, if you're bougie and you just want to buy it.
Yeah. Like, if you're like me that way, this is a product called Big Fat Snare Drum, which is essentially what we just made. This one has a little bit of reinforcement on the outer ring, so it would almost be like the big piece we made plus this outer ring.
Yeah.
So we kind of made that too.
Yeah, let's see what
Let's
that
hear the
sounds
difference,
like.
the big fat snare, and then we'll kind of recreate that
Yeah.
our DIY way.
Here, I can hold this.
I can even, let me get the mic in without dropping it. And I'll hold
Wait
it
a
up
minute.
for you.
Yeah. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I would tune the top head a little bit lower than we're tuned here to do this, but
Here, let's try it now with the full piece and just the outer ring. Pretty dead on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
I almost like that better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's a little bit more controlled.
And the other thing, yeah, exactly. And because of that, you could control it even more. If you want to lighten this just up a little bit, just cut it a little bit more across. But
Exactly.
I think this sounds great.
Yeah.
And that's handy stuff if you're gonna like go into the studio, and we'll have another episode later where we talk about kind of some things to prepare for going into the studio, but like have something like moon gels or something like this, or a big fat snare. Have some options ready with you, because you don't always know what the snare tone, like the song, is gonna call for until you start tracking it in the studio. Like, it's one thing in your practice space, but when you get into the studio and your guitar tones are dialed in and you're actually tracking the drums, you might say like, well shit, that snare is way too ringy for that track.
If the room makes it a little too alive. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that'll be a good episode. You gotta stay. Oh, and wait, I'm not even gonna tell you who the guest will be on that episode, but wait till you see that one. That's gonna blow your mind. You're gonna flip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mind blown.
Yep. All right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks again, Aaron, for showing us these tricks.
Absolutely.
I actually have never done this.
Really?
So I'm gonna keep this. I own this, but I like how that sounds. So I'm gonna like record some shit down here in the rock room with this. So thanks a lot.
Yeah, no problem.
There's that.
Almost run away. Fucker.